Hey gang, back with another video for you today. Today I'm talking about one of the latest releases from the House of Zoologist Perfumes, Snowy Owl, launched in 2020. And I've got all the information for you on this particular release. They do great works of art, this house, but the fragrances, are they wearable? Do you gravitate towards them and wear them over and over and over again? I'm going to let you know all about this particular topic with my review for Snowy Owl. So if you want to find out about Snowy Owl from me, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Yes, today I'm talking about Snowy Owl, one of the latest releases from Zoologist Perfumes. And they are doing a great job with creating works of art. I think this is a great house. They capture an animal's environment perfectly. Some of the fragrances from this house I really enjoy wearing a lot, such as bee, elephant is another one, camel is another one, squid. Those are my favorite offerings currently. And I also smelled one of the even more latest ones, the chipmunk. I really enjoyed it. But Zoologist Perfume's Snowy Owl seems a little challenging for me to wear. So I'll let you know all about this one. But before I do, if this is your first time tuning into my channel and you still haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Please let me know how many of you are fans of Zoologist Perfume's fragrances and how many of you like more than one fragrance, and which are those fragrances. Put a comment down so I can find out. So Snowy Owl was an exciting fragrance, especially since I have met the perfumer Dawn Spencer Hurwitz and I know of her creations. Some of her fragrances I really like, but I like some of her more gourmand fragrances. Other ones can go animalic and a little risque, so they're not my favorites. But this one didn't seem like it would go animalic at all, although it does have civet in the notes. On me, it doesn't. It doesn't go animalic, but I'll let you know what I experienced with Snowy Owl. So it is a 2020 launch. Perfumer is Dawn Spencer Hurwitz. Price is 60 milliliter for $165. Concentration is Extrait de Parfum. So you know that you're going to get a very long-lasting fragrance. But for me, this particular fragrance, even though it's Extrait de Parfum concentration, it doesn't wear as heavy as some of the other fragrances from this house. I think because of the notes they're using and the kind of environment the Snowy Owl is in, you're not going to get this like extra long-lasting fragrance with the most intense notes, especially since the word snow is used here in the name of this fragrance, Snowy Owl. You are going to get this kind of watery, aquatic, earthy experience, which is what I get a lot of. The notes for Snowy Owl are snowy accord, lily of the valley, mint, coconut. Heart notes features iris, snowdrop, white rose, mate, frankincense, galbanum. Base notes ambrette, cedar, civet, musks, oakmoss, tonka, and vanilla. So there's a lot of notes going on here, but for me, this is mostly about the snowy experience and the earthy experience. For me, it experiences like freshly covered snow on a very dry country setting where the Snowy Owl exists. Like you have the ground, the earth, and it's freshly powdered with snow, and you could see the earth. You can also see all the dried grass, weeds, and things like that. They're just completely dried up. That's kind of the experience I get with this fragrance. It's ultra earthy, lightly green, very watery, not aquatic. Although I should say it's aquatic, but not marine, if that makes sense. So there's kind of like a watery thing running throughout it, all covered with earth and dried weeds and grass and things like that. Vegetation is what I should say. But the fragrance sprays on with that snowy accord. Lily of the Valley is not as strong as mint, and the mint in here, once again, it's not a fresh green mint. It's more of a dried green mint. So you're experiencing the mint with the dryness rather than the pungent greenness. So even though it is minty, it's not like a fresh green mint. It's lightly green with the dryness, and that's blending with the snowy accord perfectly. That's the first experience. But the fragrance does get powdery, more snowy touches comes in. I really do not get any rosy touches in here. Definitely do get the mate, adds more of a green earthiness to the fragrance. And then finally it settles to a very, very musky experience. But overall for me, this fragrance is just like a snow-covered dirt, earth, weeds, grass, vegetation kind of an experience. Just the, you know, the typical environment of a snowy owl. It completely makes sense for me that this fragrance was created this way. And I think they've captured the snowy owl environment 100% perfectly. Now, is it a fragrance I want to gravitate towards and wear? This is not the kind of fragrance I really like to wear. It's earthy fragrances are tough. And, you know, this one lightly goes towards the petrichor area, lightly. But for me, it is definitely, I'm going to say it again, a work of art. The creation is perfect. It captures the environment perfectly. But it's not a fragrance I keep coming back to. There are scents and smells I really like to wear, but I don't want to wear the environment of the snowy owl. That's just how I feel about this particular fragrance. There are other fragrances, as I was saying earlier. Bee happens to be an excellent release. I really love honey in fragrances. I really love gourmand fragrances. So that is a given. I really appreciate Bee for what it is. It's a fantastic fragrance. Perfect fragrance for sweet, powdery, floral, honeyed fragrance lovers. Camel is another one. Elephant is another one. Squid is another one. And the latest, Chipmunk, seems to be really, really great as well. Very, very nutty fragrance. And those are really, really fun. But unfortunately, I can't wear Snowy Owl. It's not a fragrance that I gravitate towards and wear. But some of you might like it. You know, some of you might dig fragrances like this. And you might, you know, gravitate towards it, and it might be your favorite. But unfortunately for me, it's not a fragrance I like. I do enjoy the bottle. It's a very, very unique snow-covered bottle, and it captures the, you know, the environment, the ambiance of the snowy owl, which is living in the snow. So that is actually a great thing. And then the artwork seems a little different than other artwork from Zoologist Perfumes. It's a great looking packaging, I think. So there's some of you out there that do enjoy this kind of fragrance. And I do enjoy some of the fragrances from Dawn Spencer Hurwitz, but unfortunately this one is not the one that really does it for me. Whether it's from Dawn Spencer Hurwitz or from Zoologist Perfumes fragrances. It's not going to be always great for me. One last thing I should say, I didn't say this at the beginning, this was sent to me, and I'm giving you my honest opinions about this fragrance. And I'll say it once again, it's a great work of art. It captures the environment of the snowy owl, but unfortunately, that environment I do not want to wear on me. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today's review on Zoologist Perfume's Snowy Owl. I did do a video of challenging fragrances yesterday. I did not feature this one in that video. It's lightly challenging. It's not as challenging as some of the other fragrances. So this one, I'm not challenged with it. It's just a fragrance that I don't want to wear. You know, it's not a fragrance that I gravitate towards. It's not something that I love. I've smelled the smell countless times. I do a lot of walking. I've been to snow-covered areas. I can smell the fresh earth. I can smell the fresh snow, and then all those you know, dried up vegetation. That's what it is. And do I want to wear that on me? I don't. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today's review, but maybe some of you do enjoy Snowy Owl. Put a comment down so I can find out if you are a fan of Snowy Owl and what other fragrances you enjoy from Zoologist Perfumes. I'd like to find out if you have one that you really like to wear, minus the ones that I mentioned that I really like to wear, like you know, bee, squid, camel, elephant. I'd like to find out, so put a comment down so I can find out. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Stay tuned for a second video today with another brand that actually I find some challenging fragrances with, difficult to wear. So stick around for that in several hours. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a good one. Goodbye.